So then I just start calling pharmacies individually to see who has it in stock because they can see who has it in stock. And at one point they told me Carol Stream had it. I'm like, fine, I don't own a car. I was going to rent a car and go. And I called them. They're like, yeah, we just sold out. We don't have any more.
This Chicago woman was anxious to refill a hormone patch her doctor recently prescribed her to treat perimenopause symptoms she had struggled with for years and finally found some relief.
It was like night and day after I got it. The brain fog was gone. I felt like myself again, and no more hot flashes. I mean, and I could sleep better too.
She had been taking the hormone patch for only a few months when suddenly her pharmacy told her in mid-August that it wouldn't be available until October. It was on back order and she only had 1 week left of medication.
The pharmacist would tell me, well, just tell your doctor to prescribe you something else in the meantime to tide you over until this comes in stock.
Dr. Mary Farry is a gynecologist and certified menopause practitioner at Rush University Medical Center. She says you can't easily switch up this type of medication.
You know, if somebody has found something that works for them, then we want to try and stick with that. And just like with birth control pills, some people tolerate certain pills and some patients don't.
It's important to keep in mind a doctor's first drug of choice for a patient tops the list for more than one reason.
And it's usually more effective. Has a better side effect profile, so it's more tolerable for patients, or it's more cost effective, so it might be cheaper for a patient. And when we're short of a drug and we have to move to a second line of treatment, we're sacrificing something in one of those categories.
Michael Gagnon is with the American Society of Health System Pharmacists. It's been tracking drug shortages in the U.S. since 2001 and reported they were at a record high last year with more than 300 shortages.
But we continue to see drug shortages increase or remain the same. We've seen some decline, but it seems like every time we make up some ground on shortages, the next quarter hits and we have more shortages than before.
Gagnon says there are currently 300 individual drug shortages. Among those, the top 5 categories are central nervous system drugs, antibiotics, chemotherapy drugs, basic fluids and electrolytes, hormonal agents, which includes menopause drugs.
A lot of times we don't get a reason for shortages, and that's the instance with some of these hormonal drugs. The manufacturers don't have to provide a reason to us nor to the FDA about why a particular drug is in shortage. So the FDA released a report in 2019 and found that the problem behind a lot of these shortages is investment in quality at the manufacturer level.
Gagnon adds drug shortages have become status quo as clinicians have found a way to live with them and that not much will change until lawmakers take action.
I literally had to call 11 pharmacies until I found a Mariano's, which was all the way at the edge of the city, and I took an hour-long bus ride to get there to pick it up.
And then she had to take a $30 Uber ride to get back home after picking up medicine that was fully covered by her insurance.
If this were a men's medication like Viagra, I'm assuming that there would never be this issue of them running out of stock. You should be able to get it at your local pharmacy or mail order supply. I had the time and the resources to do this. What about women that don't have the time and the resources due to their circumstances? What does that leave them, and how are they going to be? Are they going to be without their medication?